Hello friends, welcome. In today's video I am going to show you week 2 of planting our potato and our collard greens. I'm going to show you what I put in the water to make them bear bigger fruits and also make the leaves greener, and show you 1 or 2 tips. So let's dive right in. Hello friends. So you can see how lovely our store-bought potato that we planted is looking. The leaves look so greenish, very green, and then it looks so healthy. Look at this, very healthy, and it's growing so fast. It's been 2 weeks. And if you want to know what I put in my potting soil before planting the potato, you can watch that video next, and you can see this is lovely. I didn't know it was going to do well, but it's coming along nicely. So I'm going to show you what I put in my water to water them. It has rained here last night, but it wasn't a heavy rain, so it needs water. You can see that it's a little dried. The soil is a little dry, so we are going to give it some water, but you can see how lovely this looks. So this is the potatoes, and then now you can see this is our collard greens that we planted. I put in a little bit more seeds because I don't know it's going to come out. So you see how they are coming out good, and we are just going to leave it like this until all of them is coming. I think there is few more that is still coming. I think you can see that there is a little seed still coming from here, and then I think probably there will be more coming out, but so far it's coming out good. It's all growing. It's been 2 weeks for these two, so we'll see how far they've grown, but they are all healthy and looks good. So now I'm just going to show you what I put it in the water before I water them. So this can grow, bear a good fruit, and also stay healthy. Do you know you can use Epsom salt to your water before you water your plant to make them grow bigger and make them look fresh and healthy? Well, this is something that I use for my plants, and not many people knows about it, but I'm going to share this with you. There are so many Epsom salts in the market that you can find, but this particular one, like this one says Epsom salt magnesium sulfate, it says multi-purpose. When you read the packaging, you will see that it says soaking and for minor aches, for minor sprains and bruises, also for saline laxative, for relief. When you come to the third one here, you see where it says plant food for bigger, more vigorous plants. So this is not only for your feet or for sprains. This can also be used for your plant, and it doesn't matter what plant you have. It can be your potting plants, your food plants, your flowers, your gardening plants, your container plants. You can use this Epsom salt. This is what I've been using for all my plants every year, and they do well. You know, you'll find a different Epsom salt in the market. I will really look for this one that will say plant food as well on it, so then you know you are using the right one. I guess you can use any Epsom salt, but I try to look for this exact Epsom salt to use because it does say on it. I didn't find it on this one. That's why I think you don't have to use, just because it has a lot of chemicals, a lot of scent to it. This is just raw. There is no scent to this at all. So what you do is you add 1 tablespoon to every 1 gallon of water. So this is 1 tablespoon, and since I have 2 of the pots, I'm going to give them 1.5 gallon of water. So I am going to do 2.5, so I can split it in between the 2 plants. All right, and then these buckets that I'm using have a measurement in here, which I can see exactly where I'm supposed to put this. So I'm using 2.5 gallons of water. So this is 2 gallons here, and then this is going to be 2.5 gallons. So it makes my measurement very easy and simple, and I love to use these buckets because it's just amazing. You can measure. This is a 3-gallon bucket, so it's just so nice. And then I'm just going to add the water. So So I said I'm going to give the plants 1.5 gallons of water each. So that is going to be 3 tablespoons of this. I already did 2.5, so I'm just going to add half more, and that should be enough for the half. And then we are going to make 3 gallons of water. So instead of 2.5, we have to do 3 gallons of water. So both of the plants will have 1.5 gallons of water. So let's add more water. All right. So now we have 3 gallons of water. It's always best to put in the Epsom salt first before you add the water, so that will just dissolve everything. So now you don't have to stir anything because this has already been dissolved. Now we are just going to water the plants. Going to get this to get the water, and then I'm just going to start watering them from the base. If you have a bigger thing to use, it's good. I don't have a bigger drainer, so I'm going to use this little one to water them. And we are going to start with this. Be gentle with this one because the seedling is still coming out. Alright, I think this is enough water. We didn't get to give it the 1.5 gallon, at least 1.25 gallons. So this should be enough water. Yeah, that is enough. And I'm going to add a little bit more to this one. Alright, and I think this is enough as well. So between these 2 plants, I still have 1 gallon of water left. So it was 2 gallons. This had like a gallon. You just eyeball how much water you can give. So you make it enough and you can give as much water you want. So between these 2 plants, we only gave 2 gallons. So this had more than that one. So this is a little bit less than 1 gallon of water. And this is almost like 2 gallons of water. So you can just eyeball it yourself. And one thing I also like to do to my plant, because this is going to grow bigger and I don't want it to be falling off, so I'm going to use a cage, galvanized tomato cage. I'm going to use that to make sure that it's not everywhere, so to put them all together. So if it's windy and all that, the plants will stay together. It will not be everywhere. So I'm going to put this. I used the end. You can see I've used this before. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in between these 3 legs. So I'll put this here. It's best to do it early when the plant is not all that too grown or too tall. Then it's hard to put it in. So the 3 legs, I'm just going to make sure that I put them in there, and they will go all the way underneath the soil. And you can see there, all the way at the bottom of the container, so it's solid. See, and then now all I have to do is I just guide them and put them in between, and then as they grow, if they fall out, I'll just come out and then make sure that they are all in here. So now it's okay. I think in a week's time it's going to grow more, and then they will all be in place all together, so they will all stay together and not be everywhere. So that's one thing I do to my potted plant or my container plant. I always use a tomato cage to make sure to put them all, organize them all so they are not everywhere. And I'm not going to put any cage around this yet until it's all grown to some stage before I can do that to this. We are just going to leave the collard greens for now. Hello friends, so I just show you 2 weeks of planting our potatoes and collard greens, and I also show you what I put in the water to water my plants to make them grow bigger fruit and also keep them fresh and looking healthy. If you haven't tried Epsom salt before, give it a try and see how it makes a difference in your plant. I've been using this all the time, and you can use this for any plants, your potting plants. It doesn't have to be only food plants. Any plants at all, you can use this for them in your gardens. And I hope this tip helped you. Also, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave in the comment section below, and watch the next video on what I put in my soil to make the plants grow, to make them grow the way you saw them, greener and looking fresh. I will see you on next week video, how far our plants have come. So thank you for watching. Subscribe to this channel so we can bring you more videos like this one. If you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye.